Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Signs of change. But is it real? My wife and I have been married for 19 years this year, together for 20. The first 12 years or so, she cheated. Not with the same person either. One time was a neighbor while I was staying the night with some friends for a guy's night. When I found out, she said he came over and they just kissed. The second time I found out via her email was open on our shared computer. Not on the screen, but we both have Yahoo Mail, so when I opened Yahoo Mail to see my mail, hers was logged in and I seen a message with a title that made me open it. She was exchanging nudes with a guy. Explicit pics, but including I love yous and such. Third time was the same deal. But she started stating major lies about me to them. But seen nor pics. And the fourth time, that I know of, she meets someone through a friend who was a bad apple friend to begin with. I do not know the details there fully either, but from what I do know they did things, but would use a trip to donate plasma to get out for them. These 4 times is all I know of. But I always wonder if that is all. I never got full closure on the incidents she cheated either. I wanted to know details to know what she did, where, ask why, and things like why not with me. She had bragged on her sex life before me, but we never came close to that level. She never fully revealed her sexual side to me even today. I have much more information on her there than I did, but she can flip on what she says and agrees too. I want to point out that she also grew up with abuse from a brother. So I am always afraid to trigger her there. So sex has been a weird thing for us due to my fears on her. So it is in part a reason I forgave her in the incidents. She also had BFs including the bio dad to our son leaving her, cheating on her, etc. But this is just a part of it all. I love her. I loved her then, and through it all. But I hurt. I felt betrayed. I felt lost, lonely, and confused. We had got 9 months without sex once. There was a time when 2 to 3 months was a norm. And that was coming from just about every night when we got together, up till she had our daughter. Then boom, off the cliff. I take blame for not being there at times. I would lose myself in activities such as games and such to fill voids cause she would not be with me. Not just sex, but period. Watching TVs in separate rooms for example. But I also would get emotionally invested in stories cause, well they was good, but also cause I did not have the emotional connections at home. I also was not easy to live with. I had health issues since I was 15, and she knew from the start. We meet at 22. But over time, the kids was a huge part in staying. I did love her, but our marriage was over. No sex was huge. But being talked to as a child caused she would get mad, and I'd take it to avoid larger fights was another. But the last year I hit a point of self-realization. I love her, and will not leave unless there is a reason to. Sad, and might look bad. But it's almost like I am waiting for someone else to come along to leave her for. Also, if she cheats again, I am gone. Kids are 18 and about to be 20. Son, 20, is autistic, but will be in supervised care of wife for good. So reasons I have stayed are not as firm as they was. Yet, I still love her. I want it to work out. I want the sex life with her that a husband and wife should. Especially after 20 years together, and being loyal to her despite what she did. I want to have her want to be with me. Again, sex is a big thing. But when I say be with me, I want her to want to do things with me. Ask if I want to go out to dinner, or see a movie. I want to be able to take a night fight when there is issues. Work through them. Find a way to fix issues or at least work through them to where we can agree on what to do and such. But I still wonder. Is she still cheating? What do I not know of her cheating before? What did they do, where, etc. The imagination is worse than knowing cause you can picture things not real. Why does she act the way she does to me? Does she love me? Etc. Then I get back to the same thing. I love her. Why after all we've been through by her cheating at times I do not know. But things had changed. Things in me changed last year as I said. I am here till I see an exit or a reason like cheating to give me an exit. I love her, but I am not brave enough to leave on my own. I do not want to feel like I fail a marriage now, due to the time and effort I put in working through the issues. Even with no real closure or result that feels good. Now the issue. We had a discussion argument about a month ago. Our daughter has really bad ADHD. And we was talking about her. Wife has migraines due to stress from her issues with her mother from a year and a half ago. And she had one. She made a comment to me about me, and how I need to think on our daughter. I was at the bedroom door about to walk out, but what she said, I do not remember, but triggered me. I shut the door and walked to the bed, and the dam broke. I told her we have issues, real issues that need to be talked about and worked on for sure. I spoke on how I asked for details on her cheating as things started getting rough for us 2 years ago and she refused. Saying it had been so many years, I said I forgave her, and if I did, then I don't need to know. I explained that I forgave her, but that doesn't mean I do not need to know information for closure. She does not get to decide what I need to know. I do. And I have always kept wondering details to close out that chapter. But when she acts a way she did in those times, even if she is loyal now, it makes me think of those times. I also spoke on how our issues clash when it comes to the kids. I spoke that I know I am not easy to live with, but it hurts when she says things, such as "that's stupid." I point out I was a A student, higher IQ, and got more college done despite health kept me from finishing. I make mistakes, yes, but in comparison to intelligence, I am far from stupid as well as smarter than she is. I did this all speaking. Not yelling once, which surprised me. I think it is part of where I made my decisions on me and her and had no anger to give over it. But stating facts in a way. I remember piece of it, but it felt so dreamlike to me. Like I watched myself saying things I wanted to for so long, but not being overly emotional on them as I have in the past. The next day, she was different to me. It was both great and unnerving. She was more affectionate. She spoke sweet to me. She thought of me in ways she has not in almost 20 years or never had. It felt great. But I couldn't help but to think, will this last? Well, it did, and did not. She slid back into some older treatments of me on some things. But some stayed. She is still affectionate and loving, for example. I still wonder if this will last. And now, I wonder if it's too little too late? While it is far from perfect, and while it's far from the closure I need, is this enough? If this is the permanent normal for us, is it enough? Can we work on things to get them better? Will she? And as I always do, I come back to I love her. And now the new, I am still here in this spot of thinking I am present in the marriage till I see a reason to leave. And now I add, is this enough? Is this too late? Can it work out to be even better? And I do not know the answer. I will admit, I have caught feelings for a couple women hard over the last couple years. But never crossed a line. And I have never told them I do. Still faithful. 'Cause I do love her. So I do not know that some of my questions come from the feelings I got for them, fear of staying and going back to the mess it was on and off again, or if I do already desire for out with her on our relationship due to the history and just not accepting it yet. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Hi Op. First of all, I'm sorry for everything you've been through. Your wife has disrespected you and hurt you for years and still hasn't given you the right to have a full disclosure of the story. I believe the first thing you need to understand is that you haven't really forgiven her, you've put everything under the rug for years for fear of getting hurt more. Knowing this, you need to face your emotions and feelings. A lot of the reasons you stay are reasons of codependency. You have an idea that you couldn't start your life over without your wife. In true reconciliation, the betrayed person chooses to remain in the relationship, they do not need to be in the relationship. You need to build a life for yourself, you need to be okay with yourself, create an alternative existence where you don't need her, and then when you are in complete control of that life, you can choose to be with your wife for the right reasons, seeing yourself as a complete person and seeing her as a complete person. The steps you need to take are, go to therapy, show your wife that, no, you are not okay with her, you have not forgiven her, and demand from her what actions she can take to make you feel safe to stay. Make it clear to her that you have the option to leave and that for your marriage to work, she needs to do the hard work, and that means making a timeline of all the betrayals, provide you with full access to her social networks, be affectionate and loving. You deserve so much more than what she's offered you her whole life. If possible, take time away from her so that you can heal in therapy, creating hobbies and an alternative life to your wife. Don't submit once again to living what you don't deserve to live. You deserve to be loved and respected as a husband. Be brave. I believe in you. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.